Hey ladies, so it's Kiyoshi. I'm back for another video. So today I am here to show you guys how I make these cash envelopes for my Recollections planner slash cash envelope wallet system. So basically these are what my cash envelopes look like. This is a different design, one that I got off Etsy. They were okay, but it wasn't the best how I liked it, but this is basically what we're going to make, something sort of like this. But so this is what it looks like. So basically I can just stick all of my cash down in here, and then it has a flap to fold over to make sure your cash doesn't fall out, and it is secured inside of the binder with these holes to go inside of your binder. So that's what we're going to be making today. So what you'll need is some glue, any kind you would like, scissors and a hole puncher, some paper clips, one of your recollection inserts for the month so you can gauge where to put your holes. You will need some folders or file folders or whatever kind of paper you want to use to make your envelopes out of. Just depending on what you want. These I got from the Target dollar spot, so you get 3 for $1, and this will make 6 of those money envelopes because we're going to cut these in half. So this one will make an envelope and this one will make an envelope, so you get 2 per folder. Okay, and what I did, like I said, the first design I got off of Etsy. So what I did was, you know the little money folders they give you at the bank? So you can have you a free, easy template. Sorry, I should have had that ready, but anyway. So this is I went to America's First, and this is the little envelope that they gave me. Oh, and you also need a pencil because you're going to have to trace. So make sure you have a pencil as well. So with your envelope, you're just going to, so basically when it's at the bank, it goes like this. Like that, and then it folds over. See how it is easy for you to tuck your money on the inside of that as well. But we're just going to modify it just a little bit. So you see, you can just stick your money in there, and it goes all the way down in there, and you'll have you a money envelope. So that's what we're going to do today. So like I said, just open it all the way up. Now this bottom part may not come open easily because it's not meant to open. It's securely glued down, and this one is more of like sticky tape to keep your change and stuff in there. So I just took it apart, and I had to tape it because it was kind of falling apart. So just get you some tape handy just in case you have that problem. Now, because this is right about the size of the folder, you're going to be very careful when you're drawing and very careful when you cut. And so let's see, because I want to make this one here a straight line. Do you see how it's not a straight line but more of like a curve? We don't want it to be curved. We want it to go straight across. So we're going to have to modify that with our ruler. And if you want to make it easier, this is why I say have paper clips. You can paper clip this down. Okay, so this side you won't necessarily be able to paper clip because the paper clip is not going to reach that far, but that's okay. Now what you want to do before we start tracing anything is we want to make sure this is a straight line across all the way to the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler and we're going to make sure this line is straight from the top of where this one curve is. See what this curve is? We want this curve to be our point of where it goes all the way across to this end. So it's a nice straight line. And what I like to do, I'm move my board over some to make sure it's a straight line. Make sure your ruler is on a straight edge, and then make sure your folder is on a straight edge because you don't want any crooked lines. I mean, if it come out crooked, it's no big deal, but we try not to have crooked lines as much as possible. So I'm just going to get it right on the tip of that, and I'm going to draw this line all the way across. So you made a super straight line. See that? So it's straight. Can y'all see that? I think y'all can. Sorry for the glare. These folders are really glossy, so they have a glare, but you see that's that straight line. Okay, So then next we're going to go ahead and trace around the envelope. And once you get this one good and traced, I'm bad at tracing. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed. But anyway, once you get this good and traced, then you can use this one as a template for all of the rest of them, if that makes sense. Because it's going to be more sturdy because this one's a file folder and right now we're using this little piece of paper. So it may not be as sturdy. And please make sure you learn how to trace, unlike my butt. But anyway, it's not going to be perfect because of course, I'm sorry, I got a cold, that's why I'm sniffling. It's not going to be perfect because of course we are hand doing this, but it will be perfect for what we want it to do. Now this one may not be as perfect as we want it. So let's flip it over. We're going to flip it over, line it back up as much as possible. Let's see. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I was trying to see how to get this line to have this curve over here. But you might just have to freehand it. I'm not a good freehander, so I don't know. We're going to have to go from, let's see if I can use my folder here. So in order to get this line to meet up, we're going to have to draw a line up like this. And I'm not a good artist, so that's why I'm over here like, how am I going to get this curve to be curved? But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one on this side, line up as much as I can, and then create like a sort of like a curve just to help me out a little bit. Okay, so once you do that, we're going to go ahead and cut it out. And like I said, it's not going to be perfect, so it's really not a big deal if it's not perfect. And see, so if you draw the lines on this side, then this will be the side of the envelope you'll see. If you draw the lines on this side, then the envelope would be with no pattern, okay? So what I like to do with the folders, I like to make a pattern envelope and a non-pattern envelope, just so you don't have the same envelopes over and over again. So we're just gonna cut along my crooked lines here. So this is what it should look like once you finish cutting it out. So in the keeping of our silhouette, this will be the bottom and this will be the flap. So you're going to take this side and you're going to fold it over. Okay. And you're going to take this side and you're going to fold it over. I'm going to take these and smooth them down as much as possible. You want to make sure you get right on the line. You can use your ruler as a scorer. Sorry, having nails sometimes is not the best. Okay, and then you just want to do that down. Sorry, I had to keep measuring to figure out which side is the little side. So this is the little side. So we're going to go ahead and get this to score down. So we'll score this one down. And like I said, you can always check to make sure everything goes like it's supposed to before you glue it down. So as you can see, the money won't go all the way down in there for the simple fact that we will be cutting holes. But I don't care if my money is seen because we're going to fold this flap over it, so do remember that. But you do need to leave enough space for your money to be able to go down as much as possible, because remember we're going to be cutting holes. So your money probably needs to be right about here, so it'll stick out a little bit, and then you can fold over this part based on that. Or you can have it like this, so this covers a little bit more So whichever side you want to use as the flap, it doesn't really even matter for real. But just fold it over. Use your ruler to get it lined up pretty good. Like that. And take the back of your ruler. You're going to fold it over. And there you go. You have your money envelope. Okay? So next what you're going to do is you're going to take this. Before you glue it together now, you want to make sure you go ahead and make your template for the next one. Unless you already have a template that you made at one point. But the first time you do this, you'll want to make sure you use this template to create the next one. So we're going to go ahead. Remember what I said, I'm going to do it on this side because I want my one to be a solid color and one to have the pattern. The reason why I draw the line on the side that I don't want to show, because say you get pencil mark in here, it doesn't matter because you won't see it unless you see it up here, which is no big deal, but you won't see it. So make sure you always draw on the side that you're not going to, that you're going to be using as the inside. So let's go ahead and get our glue. And this is just simple glue. You just put glue on this tab, glue on this tab, glue it down, and then put it under a heavy book or something overnight until the glue sets. So just get whatever side you're going to glue down. So if you're going to glue down this side, this is the side the holes need to be on. Don't put the hole on this side or you won't be able to open it up. Okay? So that's how you need to just decide which side is going to be yours. So this is going to be the side we're going to glue down. So now the trick with this, because it doesn't line up really well, is just to get it in the middle. Just line it up in the middle of the holes. Try to get it as centered as possible. It's not going to be perfect, but just get it centered. Take this. Also, I wanted to mention, I didn't mention, is that if you don't want to use glue, you can also use two-sided tape. Like I said, I only used what I had on hand. I didn't have any two-sided tape, and I'm not going to buy any. So I'm just going to use what I have. And then you take your hole puncher and you just mimic the holes that were already there. Off, and there you go, you have your holes. I was making this for my sister's version, so here's her personal. And so what she can do now is she can take her folder and put it in here, and now she has her money folder for her personal section. And once you glue this, it won't come loose, and that's how you have your money envelopes behind each section. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments or suggestions you have below in the comment section, and I'll make sure I read them. If there's any other videos you want me to make, just let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.